Hey everyone, welcome to this video. I figure I'd do a little bit of a different video today, just to switch it up a bit, and I want to go over 5 things I would recommend to someone getting into fashion. And I've never really made a video like this, but I feel like it would speak to people at all kinds of stages in their fashion journey. I've been kind of interested in fashion, buying clothing for probably the last 12 to 13 years at this point, and I know what I've went through as far as trial and error, trying different brands that I like, different fits, different pieces, and at the end these are kind of all the staples that I keep coming back to. And I think the most important thing when it comes to fashion is getting your core pieces right, because those are kind of going to be what builds your outfit every single day. And these are things you should be able to put on, not think too much about, and it'll always look pretty good. So the first thing I want to go over in this video, the first thing I would recommend to someone getting into fashion now would be a good pair of jeans. And I'll give you guys kind of a range of different prices as far as some of the cheaper end stuff and some of the more expensive options that you can go for. When I'm putting together an outfit in the morning, the first thing I think of is what pants I'm going to wear that day, and I usually build around that. And then at some point, once you've worn something enough times, you'll kind of have an idea of what goes well with it. You really won't have to think too much about it. So I choose to go for a nice straight leg fitting jean. I have a few pairs of denim, and they are mainly dark indigo. For someone kind of just getting into starting out their wardrobe, I would definitely recommend a dark pair of indigo straight leg jeans. You know, selvage is trendy nowadays, but the label selvage also kind of comes with a little bit of a higher quality. I recommend a dark indigo straight leg pair of jeans because they aren't too loud, but they always look good. And a dark pair is really versatile because you can dress them up, you can dress them down, you can be very casual with them. You wouldn't wear them on a nice night out. They're very versatile and work with a ton of different outfits. And then I recommend straight fitting denim because they look good with a bunch of different types of shoes. You can wear a bulkier shoe and they'll still look good. You can wear a slimmer shoe, they'll look good. You can wear some boots, they'll look good. Whereas if you wore some skinny jeans and bulkier shoes, the proportions might kind of look funny. So I'll show you guys a few different outfits just with some dark straight leg denim that I like to use. Basically the same denim that I use almost every day. And I'll show you guys how versatile they are with a few different outfits, a few different shoes, basically my everyday uniform. There are a few different pairs of jeans that I would recommend that fit this profile that I've been describing. My favorite pair is the Strong Guy from Naked and Famous. Naked and Famous makes really awesome denim for a more affordable range when you're kind of in that Japanese selvage denim realm. I think the Strong Guy fits me very well. I've tried a bunch of different denim brands and this is just the one that I keep going back to as far as the fit, the quality, and the different washes that they offer. So if you wanted to look for something a lot more affordable, you're kind of just entering the clothing scene and you don't want to spend too much, you still want to have some money to experiment with different outfits and different items because you want to find out what works the best for you, you can go through options like Uniqlo. Uniqlo offers a bunch of different, I'm pretty sure, selvage straight fitting denim. When I was kind of first buying out clothing and wanted to test different things out, I bought quite a few things from Uniqlo. Their quality is great, they're very affordable, and they make a bunch of really good kind of basics. The next option is a brand called The Unbranded, and basically what they try to do is offer very high quality denim at a much cheaper price than a lot of the other brands in that realm, and that's because they put less of an emphasis on marketing, other aspects of business that would usually hike up the cost for items that we would have to then pay. I've never tried something from The Unbranded, but I've seen them being sold on many websites that I browse for my clothing, and I feel like it's very likely that their quality is very good, and I've always been curious about their items. The next brand is called Bravestar. They're another brand similar to The Unbranded. They're kind of in that higher end of quality denim world, but they offer products at a lower price than other brands you would see here. But I feel like I've kind of found that middle ground with Naked and Famous as far as good quality denim, good fitting denim. You're not going to be paying $400 though, unless it's like a very specialty item. Next thing that I recommend, just a really good basic t-shirt. This is one I'm very big on, and this is something that's become very trendy over the last few years. I'm sure everyone's seen on social media. There's a show called The Bear, and he wears like a basic white t-shirt in that show, and people have gone crazy trying to find the exact same t-shirt, trying to find similar fits, etc. But at the end of the day, you don't need to be paying $140 plus for a single basic t-shirt. You can very likely find similar qualities, similar fits for a fraction of that cost. Obviously, there are pros in buying more expensive clothing items, but I think $150 or more for a t-shirt is a little bit excessive. Now, why do I recommend just some basic t-shirts? Basic t-shirts are very easy to pair with louder outerwear. So if you're wearing like a louder jacket, a flannel with a lot of colors, dark denim, it makes your outfit look a little bit more cohesive instead of, say, you're wearing a really crazy graphic t-shirt with a colorful flannel, there might just be a little bit too much going on. And I've found a few t-shirts that work very well for me. So there's a few t-shirt options here that you can look at in different price ranges. So if you're looking for something more affordable, I would definitely look at Uniqlo again. They make the Supima cotton t-shirt that a lot of people really enjoy. They feel like is one of the best t-shirts, bang for your buck, fits well, good quality. They have all kinds of different colors that they're offering, and they're up on the site right now for $24.90. I think the price has gone up quite a bit over the last few years. I haven't purchased one in a few years, so I don't really remember, but I think it's gone up, which is how clothing has been going up over the last few years in general. But that's kind of the lower price point that I would recommend for a t-shirt. Then there's a brand called Bronson. Bronson seems to make clothing that is kind of vintage, war-inspired, Americana vibes, and they have really good price ranges. So on their website, they have a loop wheel tubular athletic t-shirt, and this one is $28.99, 100% cotton. As of right now, it has 1,100 reviews and 5 stars, so I've never tried one before, but I'm sure that it must be pretty good. I have a denim jacket from Bronson, and I was really surprised and impressed by the quality. So this is another option. If you don't want to go for the Uniqlo one, you want something a little bit different, Bronson has one here for less than $30. You can get a few, and these will kind of be the staple in your wardrobe. My personal favorite that I wear quite a bit is a vintage Hanes t-shirt. It's a pocket t-shirt. It's 100% cotton. I think this might be around the 90s when they were releasing these, so you can find these on eBay. I personally like them because I found that they fit me quite well. I like the look of them with the pocket, and I've been able to find them on eBay for $15, $20, so that's what I've been going for. And then kind of at the higher price ranges, I'm sure a lot of you have heard about the brand Buck Mason, but they sell a 2-pack tubular t-shirt, which is 100% cotton, made in the USA, and the 2-pack goes for about $88. I have a few of these t-shirts. I really like the quality on them. They feel very nice. They fit me very well. I'll throw them in the dryer and they'll come out still fitting about the same. Sometimes you'll get t-shirts where you put them in the dryer and they come out all in a weird shape, don't fit you well anymore, and you basically wasted your money. And then if we want to keep getting into the higher price ranges of t-shirts, I'm gonna cut it off at about $95 for a shirt. One that I have not purchased but I'm very interested in is a t-shirt from Standard & Strange. Standard & Strange is a clothing store, and I think they have a store in Northern California and in New York. But recently they started offering a t-shirt that there's their own brand. And I need to read this just so I make sure the information is correct, but it was produced at one of the 2 remaining functional loop wheel mills in Japan. These are the result of months upon months spent sampling and tweaking, fully utilizing all of our collective knowledge and opinions about t-shirts. So if you're looking for something very high quality, very niche, I would go for this one. Really, you shouldn't be spending more than $95 on t-shirt. Unless you have the means to do it, you can go ahead. Sometimes we have to draw a line at certain prices. Alright, so now that we have jeans and t-shirt covered, what are some ways we can spice up the outfit a little bit while still building a good base for a ton of different outfit options? That's where I pull in long sleeve button down t-shirts, similar to something I'm wearing right now, but there's a ton of different options in this realm. Why this should be a staple in everyone's wardrobe. Very versatile, it shows that you tried a little bit with your outfit. It doesn't look like you're trying to do too much here. It's something you can wear over and over again without thinking too much, and is a good layering piece. So there's a few options here. You can go for something similar to me, very casual. You can go for flannels, moleskin, wool, all kinds of things. My personal favorites that I have in my closet right now are Pendleton board shirts. Those are basically flannels made from wool, very warm. They have very cool colors, and I just like the way they fit. And I know that they're always gonna work for me, If I don't wanna think too much, throw on a Pendleton flannel, perfect outfit for me, I'm good to go. But I'll show you guys a few different options for different price ranges and things that I've purchased in the past, things that I have now. So if you wanna look at a bunch of different options, different styles, different fabrics, different material, I would go to J. Crew. Honestly, I really like the offerings from J. Crew, especially if you want to look for a deal. They have insane sales. It'll be like 50% off, and then there'll be like another 30% off of sale. So it'll be like 50% off already, another 30% off. And these are items that are going to last you for a long time. I think sometimes people get too caught up in what the brands are and can easily find a product of similar or better quality from a different brand. And there's actually a video of Ralph Lauren from many years ago at this point, but he was being interviewed and he shared that he was wearing a flannel from Kmart, and he basically said he likes how it feels, likes how it looks on him. He's had it for a very long time. It holds a lot of memories for him, and at the end we don't really need to worry about what the brands are too much. So there's a ton of different offerings here. Of course, the go-to is Uniqlo. Offers very affordable options, nice colors, nice cuts, pretty good material, and it can kind of be your one-stop shop. You can look at a few different options, things, choose what you think might fit you best, try things on. And then the next thing I would recommend to someone kind of starting into fashion, or the fourth thing I would recommend, is a pair of work pants. This will kind of let you break away from always having to wear jeans and give your outfit a little bit of a different vibe. My personal favorite as far as quality, affordability, fit is Ben Davis work pant. I think they have 3 different fits. They have like the gorilla fit, the classic fit, and like a slim fit or something. The slim fit is more of like a slim straight, classic is like a straight fit, and then the gorilla fit is like a very wide fit. I've been wearing Ben Davis pants for many years now. I've tried a ton of different pants, different chino pants, all kinds of stuff, and I always kind of come back to Ben Davis. They're just a good quality pant, look good with a lot of things, fit me well, and you don't really have to think too much when you're wearing them. I would recommend a good pair of work pants because they're different from jeans. They give a different look than jeans, but they're still very rugged. Another thing is because of the fit, because they're a little bit of a wider fit, you can wear them with all kinds of different shoes. Like I said, slimmer shoes, boots, they'll continue to look good with any different kind of shoe. And then my fifth recommendation is some good accessories. I think this is something that a lot of people forget, but a few good accessories does a lot to your outfit. So personally, the biggest accessory that I think about is a good belt. I have a few belts that I consistently use. These are the 2 that I've been wearing the most as of recently. These are 2 belts that I made myself, and I actually take custom orders, so I've been selling a few belts recently. So if you want to buy a belt from me, check my Instagram bio. I have some more details there. But just having a good belt does a lot to your outfit. Something simple and subtle that people will notice and make your outfit a little bit more interesting overall. Next thing is just a good wallet, something that you like, something that looks a little cool. This one I got on Etsy, I think. I've had it for a few years at this point, and then I just kind of threw my own chain onto it, so I clip it onto my belt loop, and it's just a simple way to add a little bit more to your outfit. And then similarly to the wallet, I have like a nice key holder that I also use kind of clipped to my belt loop. Just adds a little bit of spice, I guess, to what would be a basic outfit. And the next thing is jewelry, of course. So I don't wear a ton of jewelry, to be honest. I don't really wear rings or anything. I have like this Apple Watch that I wear regularly, but I do like wearing necklaces. So I have a few silver necklaces that I've had for many years now, never really take off. And then I also sometimes wear this Capital bandana necklace. I don't really wear it out like this. I kind of just wear it inside my shirt. That's just another way to accessorize a little bit and make your outfit look a little bit more interesting. And then my last thing as far as accessories is just kind of random accessorizing. So an example of that is I threw a little shackle onto the loop of this jacket pocket, and it just adds a little bit of spice to the jacket. People notice it. And you know, back in the day, I think this was a little bit more common as far as like accessorizing your clothing pieces. People used to put a lot of pins on their hats, on their jackets, put studs on their leather jacket, things like that. So that's just another simple way to make your clothing a little bit more interesting looking. And I know I said I would be giving 5 recommendations, but I have one bonus recommendation, and this is a big one, I'd say. But I would definitely recommend a good denim jacket. I feel like denim jackets are extremely timeless. Denim jackets are something that have been fashionable basically forever, and there's a ton of different options with denim jackets as far as style, fit, different kind of weaves in the denim, different dyed denim, different colors, etc. And they're one of those things that are just easy to wear and keep you looking stylish without you having to do too much. They also layer very well with, you know, a flannel shirt underneath it. You can wear like a hoodie underneath it, a sweater, and they'll always just tend to look good as long as you find one that fits you fairly well. But at the same time, you can buy a slimmer fitting one and leave less layers underneath it. You can get a looser fitting denim jacket, put a few layers underneath it. They'll always look very good. And at the end, denim jackets will look good with all your outfits. So you could be wearing some jeans, you can be wearing work pants, all kinds of things, and your outfit will always look fairly cohesive. So overall, these are 5 plus 1 bonus recommendation that I would give to someone kind of starting off into fashion, trying to get different ideas as far as what they might like and what they can wear. I picked these 5 items because I feel like they really make up the base of every outfit. And once you kind of get these things right, it's very easy to build a good outfit around them. And at the end, there's a reason that all these things have been considered timeless, not really trendy. You know, you'll see people in the 40s, 50s, 60s wearing loose straight fitting denim, loose straight fitting work pants, denim jackets, long sleeve button down shirts, basic t-shirts. And there's a reason that we're still wearing all these things today and people still think they look good. But I'd really love to hear in the comments what some of your guys' recommendations or staples in your wardrobe are. I really enjoy the comments that people add. People have really good ideas, and it's always interesting to hear what people feel like works the best for them too. So I'd say if you were to buy some of these things that I recommended, you are on a pretty good track to put together some good outfits and start experimenting with other things you might like. So if you feel like this video helped you and you like some of the recommendations that I gave, definitely leave a like. It helps a lot on the channel. And if you've seen a few of my videos and if you're interested in watching more, definitely try to subscribe. That helps a lot as well. But I'm planning on putting a few more videos like this together. I'd say this is kind of the first video I've ever done with this type of style. So I'm definitely learning a little bit about how to put these together well. But I really enjoyed enjoyed putting it together and sharing some ideas. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.